Manu asks, how are you, my friend?
Very good.
Now, I know you, one of the heroes for me of the 8-way with the French 8-way back in the early 2000s when I started in Ampere Brava in 2004 and you guys there were team training. But tell me a bit about those 8-way days.
This was even in the 90s for me. That's where I did most of my time on French 8-way. And then when we met, I was training teams, various teams from everywhere in Europe, going to Emporia, for instance.
Yes. One of my earliest memories of a French team is the tag team, which were they were part of the was it the 97 or 99 World Championships in Ampere Brava?
That's very true, yes. And actually Philippe Charnot, who was the team captain, actually became the coach of the French 8-way I was part of.
So how did you get involved with tunnel operations then? Tell me a bit about that.
First tunnel flights were in 97 into a military tunnel in north of France. And then I participated into the opening of Aerocar, 2002. 2 years later, I gave a call to Alain Medny, say, hey, can I work for iFLY? I see a future for that sport. That's how I joined in. And then opened iFLY Lyon, who is now operated by a franchisee, Olivier and Philippe. And then opened iFLY Paris.
Yes.
And now coming to Canada because we had 3 wind tunnels that stayed closed overall COVID. And we'd like to get some people flying, so we are here to get them open again.
Good. So you're going through the operations. What, you've been here a month, is it now? Is it a month?
Yes, we got in here end of November. We don't know how long for we'll be there because we're here to open Toronto Whitby today. And then a bit later, we'll have both Toronto Oakville and Montreal reopen.
So what does it take to take an operation like this, which has been shut for all that time, to get it to a stage where you're open again and flying the first time? There must be so much that has to be done, training staff and getting everybody ready.
Sure, the recruiting, the setup, because we're changing the whole IT system, is a lot of things to do. Also getting reach to people out there so that the community knows that we are going to reopen. This place has been closed for too long. The good thing though is that it comes fully equipped because it was operational. So we just have to do some maintenance check and then we're ready to go.
Fantastic. Well, I think the main question is, are me and Lee's going to get a flight?
I think so, let's go.
We last saw each other, I think, in Ampere, was it?
Yeah, quite a while back in Ampere Brava.
Yeah, it must be, I mean, I've been out of there 7 years, so it must be 8-9 years ago.
Yeah, I think back when I used to skydive, it'd be about 10 years ago or something now.
So there you were, skydiving in Spain, here you are in Toronto. Fill us in.
Yeah, sure. So skydiving in Spain introduced me to tunnel flying. Tunnel flying introduced me to working at iFLY in Manchester. Yeah. And I've been in Manchester for about 7 years now.
As an instructor?
No, so I started as a receptionist and I kind of built my way up and I'm one of the assistant managers there now. Wow. And I'm here in Toronto helping to set up new tunnels here in iFLY Toronto.
Now you're from Huddersfield?
I'm from Huddersfield.
So being in Manchester, it's not far. I mean, you've actually moved to Manchester, haven't you?
Yeah, I live in Manchester now.
Right, so tell me a little bit about iFLY Manchester. I've not been for years and years and years. How's it doing?
Yeah, iFLY Manchester's good. We're busy. It's classic tunnel for me. Like it doesn't get much better than flying in the wind at iFLY Manchester. The tunnel, you know, might be a little bit dated compared to some of our newer designs, but flying inside the wind there is just brilliant. Like.
And how did you find out you were coming to Canada? Tell me about the conversation on the phone call. What happened?
Yeah, the conversations were quite secretive. There was not a lot of information out there to start with. It was, Christy, there's an opportunity. Do you want to go? The answer was obviously yes. And yeah, it wasn't a lot of notice before we were sat on a plane coming over here.
Incredible. So you're going to be here, what, 2 months?
Something like that. We'll see how things go. But yeah, no set date at the moment. But yeah, we'll be here as long as we need to be.
What are you doing on a daily basis? Give us a rundown how your working day works right now.
Sure. So on a daily basis at the moment, we're getting a tunnel ready and ready to open to the public. Obviously, we want to welcome as many flyers here as we possibly can, as soon as we can. So making sure that we've got everything ready to go. This place has been closed for a long time. It's been closed since March 2020. So get the doors open, get flying. That's the priorities.
Fantastic. Thanks very much for your time. Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
What are you doing here, mate?
I'm just running an FITP, so an instructor training program for at the moment for the Royal Caribbean cruise liners, and we're doing one here for iFLY Whitby as well. So that's what I'm here for at the moment.
There's quite a few cruise ships with wind tunnels on them, right?
There is, yeah. There's quite a few. I think there's 4 currently. I might be around 4 or 5 maybe.
Incredible.
Thereabouts.
So with the training course, are you taking people who are not flyers?
Yeah, so particularly with the Royal Caribbean, we've got like 5 people, no experience in skydiving, no wind tunnel flying whatsoever. Over 4 weeks, we take them from literally novice to being a level 1 IBA instructor. So yeah, that's what tends to happen.
4 weeks?
4 weeks.
And how much flying a day is that?
It really depends on the individual and how they adapt to the training program. Sometimes more, sometimes less. It just really depends.
Yeah, I've noticed my interview talk has got very northern all of a sudden. How long does that take, mate?
Yeah.
That's why I'm talking now, because I'm talking like you.
I have a quite strong accent as well, so it doesn't really move, I don't think.
From Huddersfield originally?
No, I'm from Manchester.
You're from Manchester?
Yeah.
From Wythenshawe?
Wythenshawe, yeah.
Wythenshawe, that's right, yeah. And so which tunnels have you worked in?
I've worked all over with iFLY before, so originally I started in iFLY Manchester. I've spent time obviously in all the UK tunnels, some in France, Israel. I've been on the cruise ships there. I've been to a few in America, and now Canada's added to the bucket list, I suppose.
How is it on the my first thought, this might be a silly thought, but particularly cruise ships, if they're moving about a little bit, does that affect the tunnel?
Yeah, I think it does when it's severely bad outside, but if it's that bad outside, they don't tend to actually fly any customers. But in general, no, the thing doesn't really move, to be honest. It's shocking how they just tear through the water and no shake whatsoever.
And what about skydiving? Are you doing any?
No, to be fair, I haven't done any since pre-COVID. Probably I'd like to blame the fact that COVID is the reason why I haven't, but it's not really. I've just not really found the time to actually do that. I've just had I've not had it, I didn't give birth to it, but I've just had a baby, so that's took up a lot of my time, I would say.
How old's your baby now?
8 months old.
Well done, man.
Yeah.
Congratulations. Family man.
That's
Josh,
it.
thanks very much.
No, thank you.